Are you attracting the wrong types of coaching clients? One of the problems that many coaches come to me with is they have these clients that are sucking the life out of them, and it's making them fall out of love with coaching. It's making them feel like they don't want to do one-on-one coaching anymore, and it just feels really heavy and it feels really hard. And that happens a lot, right? So if you're in that, then understand that it's normal. It's actually a bit of a rite of passage. We tend to do that. And so I'm going to share with you how I once upon a time used to attract clients that were the same. They used to suck the life out of me compared to the clients that I have now and what changed. And it's really one simple thing that you're going to be able to follow in my footsteps, if you like, and do the same thing so that you can attract a better level client. So the first thing, the easiest way to level up the type of client that you have is just charge high ticket and make sure that you're worth every penny. The higher the price point, the better quality of client that you are going to attract. And take it from me, somebody who has coached people at the lowest rate to somebody who coaches people, my highest coaching package is around 110,000 US. And those clients are the easiest clients that I've ever coached. They're very, very simple, very, very easy for me to coach. And I love working with them, and they get incredible results because it's just two great minds meeting and they know how to create success. So it's very easy for me to coach those clients and get amazing results. And the main thing, the thing that I want you to think about in reflection is, what is the message that you're putting out there? Because for me, once upon a time, I'm that woman who grew up in domestic violence, experienced sexual abuse as a kid. We never had a lot of money. I was forced to leave school at 14, left home at 16, and have been on my own hustling ever since, right? So I'm that person, I have that story. And when I wrote my very first book, which is Bulletproof Confidence in a Kick-Ass Body Through Martial Arts Training and Principles, it was a book that I wrote back when I owned my martial arts schools, and I wanted my way of teaching to be accessible to people all around the world, not just in my local area that were able to attend my dojo. And so I wrote this book, and as I was writing the book, a lot of it was autobiographical. I spoke about my overcoming adversity in the first section of the book, just to let people know that, hey, I'm a person like you, and I didn't just achieve this level of, fitness and discipline and all of these things in my life because I was lucky, or just, I had amazing parents that role modeled that for me. None of that was true. And so I wanted to write that in the book to let people know that, if you're really struggling with stuff, if you've had a really shitty, tough childhood growing up and you've had to overcome a lot of things, then, you're not alone and you can still do this. That was the whole point. And I did use my story a lot in my marketing. For a long time, I used my story. And what I noticed is, I'm a business coach, but I was attracting a lot of people that had businesses, but really what they needed, what they wanted was life coaching. And what they really needed was therapy. And so I would work with these clients and I love them, but the work felt very heavy, and I could feel this reaction in my body because I wasn't doing the work that I was here to do, which was business coach them, teach them how to be successful in business. And I'm always coaching the entrepreneur behind the business. There's no doubt about that. But this was different and it felt very heavy. And we would finish the sessions and they would feel amazing. They'd feel empowered and lighter and all that stuff. But I would go and I would really carry it. And they weren't always in a position financially to, invest easily with me. So there was a lot of desperation in getting a return on investment. And they also weren't in a position to do the work to get the return on investment because they were still healing. And I just remember thinking, I can't keep doing this. This is so heavy. And then I don't know, I don't think I even really put two and two together until I just remember making a decision one day. I'm not talking about my story anymore. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm going to talk about what I do. I'm going to talk about my process. I'm going to talk about how I can help clients. I'm going to talk about the problem that I solve and really remove all the personal element from it. And I did that. And suddenly, different people were attracted to my message, and different people were attracted to my inbox and into my programs and to my one-on-ones. And I started to get really amazing results with my clients. So then I started to put my prices up and more and more and more, because I could show an ROI on any investment that anybody made with me. If you spend 5,000 with me, you're going to at least get that back and more. That was kind of my tagline at the time. Most people were investing 5,000 with me at the time and making 20 in that same month. I had a 4-week package that was get in, work hard and fast and get out. Actually, I'm running that same program in FEMPIRE Builders in January. So go to that link up the top and get yourself into FEMPIRE Builders. There's a free trial. You can go and have a look. Anyway, so I was using that program to really build amazing results. It was called the 5K Formula for Coaches, how to create and sell your first $5,000 coaching package in 4 weeks or less. And I really established myself in that higher ticket space then. And as I said, because I could generate results, I remember saying to myself, well, most of my people are making 20,000 when they work with me for that 4 weeks. So instead of charging 5, I'm going to charge 10, because I know they're still going to get an ROI. And that's how I continue to put my prices up. And the level of client that I work with now is night and day. It's completely different. It's ironic that the women that I work with, most women do have the story of some sort of abuse in their past lives, whether it's during their childhood or whether it's from a partner, or, it could be anything, right? So I've rarely met a woman that I'm working with that hasn't had some sort of experience like that. And we kind of have a little conversation about it, like, oh, I know this happened to you. It happened. Yeah. So I get it. I resonate with you because I have the same story, right? And they usually have to go back a bit to dig to find the story. And we have a little conversation about it, and then we move on. It's not the same. It's not the same as me helping them get through it. It's more just like an acknowledgement that, we understand each other from that perspective. And it also, for me, I always have another level of respect for the people that I'm working with, because anyone that's overcome that and they're crushing it in life, it's not easy to do that. Anyway, so to summarize what I want to say to you, if you're attracting the wrong type of clients, you've got to look at your messaging. What is the message that you're sending? What are people going to get from your content? Because I guarantee you're only getting back what you're putting out there. And so really look at your messaging and be honest with yourself and ask yourself, is this messaging and the way that I'm sharing my story, for example, is that attracting the right type of people for me? And if it's not, change the message. It's really simple. Change what goes in, and you're going to end up, I was trying to think of an analogy on the fly and it just didn't work. So there's that, and there's also that price tactic as well, because when people pay, they pay attention. When people invest at a higher rate, there's more skin in the game. They're more ready to move forward, and you're going to get a really good result. Now, that's not to say that, it's an absolute. Of course, there are outliers and there are people that are going to prove me wrong, of course. But my experience is this, like the higher the price point, the better the client and the easier they are to produce results for. And if you change your messaging and make the messaging about what do you want people to know about you first and foremost? What do you want them to take away when they encounter your business for the first time? So for me, what I want people to know is, oh, this woman knows her shit and she knows how to get results, and she cares. She really cares for her people. I have so much loyalty in my brand. People come back over and over and over. I'm enrolling my mastermind again at the moment. And so far, I have 2 of my previous clients that have already signed up, because they just know the value of working with me. And we have that, I have that brand loyalty, and you don't get that unless you do a good job and unless you actually really care about your clients. And so I've been planting these seeds for years now, and they continue to sow reward, reap, been sowing these seeds. I'm really tired today. I don't know if you can notice. I am so tired, so my brain is not doing it. So I'm going to keep it short. You get the gist, you get what I'm trying to say. And so look at your pricing, look at your messaging, make sure that you're saying the right things to attract the right people into your world. Because if what you are doing right now is not attracting the right people, and it could be they can't afford you, could be that they just do sign up and they suck the life out of you, then look at what you're putting out there, because you're going to get back what you're putting out there. That's the end of that. Before I go, I just want to say it's Friday morning here in Australia, and I'm going to batch content for tomorrow. So this video will come out in the morning, and then I've got to do one for Sunday and then one for Monday. So I'm going to batch 3 videos today, and it's like I wanted to do it earlier in the week, and it's like, no, I'll be fine. Fridays are my day. And I don't usually batch, but I want to batch on the weekend, so I'm not recording over the weekend. And today is the worst day for me to do it because I'm so freaking tired. I'm tired out of my brain. And it's been a big week onboarding new mastermind clients. I started training. I've done 30 odd years of Taekwondo, and I've been looking for a new home, and I found a karate school that's a really good fit. So I started training again. I'm not used to being out at night time because I was out at night for years. Like I had, um, I worked in hospitality. So, split shifts and working at night. This is in my 20s. And then later in my 20s, I had my Taekwondo school. So I was out teaching every night. And so 3 o'clock would come around, I'd get ready, I'd head out, and I'd get home at 10 o'clock at night. And I did that after I had babies. I did that when I was sick. And winters are the worst. I hate winter. And, I look outside and it's pouring rain and it's grey and it's miserable, and I've got to leave the house. And so after I sold my last Taekwondo school, I was so, I'm never leaving the house after 5 o'clock ever again. And so I've been training, I've been finding ways to train. Sometimes I train at night, but other times I, go and do early morning classes or train myself during the day or whatever. And I've gone back to training at night, and the class is from 7 till 8:30 at night, which is like, I'm in bed by 8:30, just so you know. So it's kicking my ass, but I know I will adapt. So anyway, anything could happen over the next couple of days of videos. So know this, my hair is going to look the same. I think I'm going to change my top because otherwise the thumbnails will look the same. So I will change that. My hair's going to be the same. My makeup's going to be the same. I may lose my shit because I'm exhausted, but I'm going to do it. I promised I was going to do 30 videos in 30 days. So I am going to do that. I'm sticking to it, and I will do my best to make sure that it's valuable. All right. That is it for today. I will see you tomorrow.